This person's connecting. All right. Beautiful. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, what's going on, Special? How are you? I didn't see you come up.
I was
What's
just here
going on,
last
bro?
week.
You say it again, please.
I
Say it
was
again.
just here last week.
Okay. Yeah. I think I vaguely remember you. What's that? You're a Muslim?
Yeah, I was Salafi Kirk, actually.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Can you
Do
raise
you
the
want to address the
Albanian?
prompt? No. Only rising one person at a time.
I need somebody
Go
just for
ahead.
the scans.
Who do you want me to rise?
It's an Albanian guy. I think he's
I don't see.
requesting.
I don't see anyone requesting.
Hold on, let me send him an invite. One sec.
Alrighty.
All right.
You want to discuss?
Yeah, what do you want to discuss? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the topic on the backdrop. Go ahead, address it.
Is that? Yeah, I don't think that's peace. I don't think that's right.
You don't think Islam is a religion of peace?
No. What's going on the screen isn't of Islam.
Okay, why is it not Islam? Why are their actions, specifically the actions against the Jews and Christians? Is that according to Islam?
No, you can't compel someone into the deen. So, yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What's your evidence for that?
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
No, chapter 2. It's verse 2.
Verse what?
You know the verse. Too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what does it say?
La ikrah fi din.
Okay. So could you tell me please how you can have La ikrah fi din at the same time fight those who disbelieve in Allah on the last day?
Well, what's the issue?
How do you... Is that not a P and not P to you?
No, that's not an issue. You can do both.
Is that how do you do both? Show me practically how both of those can be done. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can fight someone without having them to forcefully come into Islam.
And why are you fighting them?
For land or whatever it may be, for the jizya.
That's not what Allah says. What's the purpose of you? What's the command of Allah
well,
for you
actually, that's
fighting
what the
them?
Sahaba say. So.
Well, one second. I don't care about the Sahaba right now. I care about what
They're
Allah
complete
says.
hujjah though.
Is Allah not hujjah upon you, bro?
He's hujjah, but like
Okay, good. So let's talk about what Allah says first. What is marfu'a? The Quran or the Sahaba?
The Sahaba's sayings is also
The Sahaba is more marfu'a than Allah?
No, it's also marfu'. There's no difference.
Everything is marfu'a. Everything's on the same level? Is what you're saying?
No, it's just the Sahaba, the Prophet.
Good. So let's start with Allah. Should we? Shall we?
No issues, bro. I don't mind.
Okay, beautiful. So what is Allah saying? Who is Allah telling you to fight?
The Christians, the Jews, anyone who disbelieves in Allah.
Good. So he doesn't say fight for lands. He doesn't say fight for... He says fight those who disbelieve in Allah in the last day. Is belief in Allah considered religion?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So could you tell me how is that not a contradiction? Allah says no compulsion in religion and then fight those for the sake of religion.
If they have, like what I said last time, if they have more than 2 options, then it's not going to be compelling them into Islam.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you how is that not a contradiction of saying no forcing in religion and then you're fighting someone until they accept a religion, and if they don't accept it, they are faced with death or a humiliation.
Jizya, exactly. That's how it's not. There, you got it, bro.
Good. So if I don't pay the jizya,
you just solved it.
Is the jizya considered religious? Does it fall under the category of religion?
Yeah. In Islam, yes.
It does. It does, right?
Yeah.
Good. And if I don't pay the jizya, what happens?
You're either, there's 2 views on this. You're either like basically expelled, or you have also Islam. You can accept Islam, or unalived.
Good. Do I have an option of neither one of those at all? None of them?
You have 3 to 4 options, I guess. It's not compulsion. That's for
That's
sure.
not what I asked. I said, is one of the options not having to pay the jizya, not having to enter Islam, not having to leave the land, just continue with my life normally?
I just gave you the options you have.
Okay, is one of those options what I explained?
What is?
Are you okay, bro? Are you here with me?
I'm asking what is? What's one of the options?
I'm asking, again, is one of the options that I have to not pay jizya, to not enter Islam, to just continue to live my life as is before I interacted with any Muslim?
You can be expelled. That's
Right. So I'm asking you, is one of the options just continuing to stay in my land, not paying jizya, not enter Islam, absolute and complete freedom?
no.
Good. So that's compulsion, my friend. If I'm being forced into something because of religion, Allah is contradicting himself. But
wait.
lucky for you, the scholars have said that it's been abrogated, so they fixed the contradiction.
Yeah, I'm gonna debate on Ibn Baz in a sec. But can you give me a definition that precedes you on this?
Definition of what, bro?
Of compulsion that fits your narrative of what compulsion is.
Why don't we read what Ibn Kathir says?
Bro, I'm asking you for the definition, bro. You want to claim
Yeah,
that?
and I'm going to go to Ibn Kathir to tell you the definition of it, bro. Relax.
It's gonna, all right. Can you raise the Albanian? I have like a scan showing a bit.
I can only deal with one of them at a time, bro.
No, I need to show my scans. Or like, there's no reason for me to be here.
That's fine. You can get the scans from Discord, and you can.
I can't show.
You talking
my
about
screen.
Zahiri?
Like, yeah, Murad.
Yeah, Murad. I already baked Murad earlier.
You literally said earlier that you can rise on your panel. Earlier that you can rise on your panel. Well, what happened now?
Yeah, I'll rise him afterwards. There's no issue.
What do you mean?
not
I need
gonna
to
talk
show
to
my
him.
scans, bro. What do you want about?
Go get the scans from Discord, bro.
I
The
can't
hell?
read them and show you,
You have
on
camera
screen at the same
access.
time. Yeah, I know, but I can't show you.
Yes, you
and
can.
read them at the same
Yes, you
time.
can. I'm showing. I'm
I
showing a
can't. It'll be
scan.
like half of the
I'm
screen.
showing a
Is,
scan. and reading.
exactly half of the screen is out.
Okay. Do you want to hand off? You want to hand off the baton? You want to hand off the baton, and I'll bring him up.
What do you mean, like tag
You have two
team?
options, my friend. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you and bring him up. Is that what you want?
Well, why not both of us?
All right. I'm giving you an option, my friend.
Habib, you literally
Notice
did
this is
it
actually
before. Why is it
this is
harmful
actually
now?
compulsion. Do you feel compelled? Do you feel compelled to listen to me and to hear my rules?
No.
That's compulsion. Do you wanna speak
long-
and show
can you
scans, or do you
write
want
me?
him to speak and show scans? Nope.
No, we both can speak, actually.
All right, beautiful. So you can go in the comments.
Stay on the panel.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Yeah. You know what? You both can stay on the panel. Okay, you both stay on the panel. Send the galaxy. Or you know what? Murad. Actually, no. According to Ibn Kathir, Murad would not be able to pay the galaxy on. Murad would not be able to pay the galaxy on his behalf. So he would have to pay the galaxy himself. Very easy. Murad, you have to come on another account because I didn't block you.
I have two, bro. Yeah. Okay,
Good,
let's
send
start
a
singing.
rose.
I don't have nothing on this
Send a
account.
rose
I don't have
for
nothing
you on
on.
the
I don't have nothing on this account, man. Unfortunately.
Oh, Habibi. Habibi doesn't have any money all of a sudden. What should I do? Should I take a sword? Should I drop you to the comments, or should I let you go free?
Bible,
What
you would
should I
take-
do?
According to the Bible, you would take jizya, but I mean,
I'm talking about according to my caliphate. I'm talking about according to my caliphate.
no. In the
According to me, the caliph, what should I do?
I mean, though you're a Christian, bro, we have jizya in the Bible, but in the caliphate, if I can't pay, then you don't punish me. Actually, according to the
From the
rules.
caliphate. Mesh.
Yeah,
All right.
jizya,
So what is the
if
meaning of
somebody-
compulsion?
You would be forced.
Forced to what? What are you talking about?
Forced to Islam. If you're talking about you would be forced to do something against your will. For a better definition.
Okay, good. So am I being forced to pay the jizya? if I want to keep my life?
Not necessarily. You can be a muhad. You can be somebody who lives in the Muslim lands, but you're not going to be forced to pay jizya.
Wait, so if they told me to pay jizya and I say no thank you, can I just go home and just shake the tax collector's hand and say have a great day? I'll see you tomorrow at the coffee shop, or how does it work?
It would depend on whether or not you're a combatant or not, because we have a consensus that, like in the Al-Muhalla, Ibn Hazm, he mentions that jizya is not taken from those who don't fight.
Wrong.
Can you show me the ijma' of that?
Yeah, so this is from the Al-Muhalla. I've been waiting. I could also show you from Tafsir Oh, I can't bring up my camera on here. I don't know why. Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Çift yalan Peter, Kari.
Yeah, you don't have
Oh,
camera
no.
on this account.
Yeah, no, it's not. Let's see.
Bıçıdiyal.
Yeah, I need evidence that the jizya is only taken from those who are fighting you. I assume that's what you mean by combatants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely need ijma' on that. I don't care if that's a singular scholar. I've never heard that myself, but
Oh, yeah, I could
it
show
wouldn't
you.
even matter if it's a singular scholar.
Yeah, I can show you not only from my screen, I can also show you from the Tafsir of Al-Qurtubi if you want me to come up on another account. I don't
Yeah,
know
let
why
me see if I don't know if I can unblock you.
I don't understand why
Go ahead.
why you making a point with being a mu'ahid. Like, how does that even help? Like, mu'ahada is a temporary thing. Like, even if you wanna compare it to something, you're gonna compare it like to temporary residency or something like that. Once the ahad is over, and by the way, the mu'ahada, can include paying money or paying jizya. It's not forbidden.
according to who says that.
Well, why is it forbidden? Is there anything to forbid you from accepting money from the mu'ahid? No.
Yeah, actually, according to Ibn Uthaymeen, he says that yes, a muhahid is someone who lives in his place and there's no jizya upon him.
It's not state unless it's stated in the mu'ahada. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing to forbid it.
There's no jizya taken from him, bro. It's literally from Kitab
You
al-Tawheed
can.
by
That's the
Ibn
thing. You
Uthaymeen.
can. You don't have to. Like, it's not stated, by Allah or the Prophet to take money from the mu'ahid. But the mu'ahid is a temporary, what do you call it? A temporary pact. Like, okay, you stay until the mu'ahada is over or until someone breaks the mu'ahada. And then that's it. Like, you either leave or you either get fought or get unalived. So after the mu'ahada is over, you're back to a non-believer status.
Not necessarily. Jizya would be taken from those who fight, according to Abu Hanifa, who held that kufr is not a reason why we would have to fight.
Say again.
So not necessarily, because let's say you live in
What is the not necessarily? What point are you replying to?
if you live as a Muslim, as a kafir in the Muslim lands, kufr is not a reason, according to Abu Hanifa and Ahmed, and I believe the Madhab of Malik, if I'm not mistaken. They say that kufr is not a reason for us to fight you. Kufr in general is not a reason. And they
According
say,
to who?
Abu Hanifa and Ahmed. And this is mentioned by Ibn Taymiyyah.
So you're saying that, are they saying this to, in accordance to people who are living in the Muslim land?
Yeah, that if you are not fighting us, then there is no need to fight you, is why I mentioned that the jizya is taken from those who fight.
So that is talking about people in the Muslim land or what?
Yes, within the Muslim land.
All right. So the fight in general is not directed to the people who live in the Muslim land, because the people who live in the Muslim land are already under the ruling of Islam. So I don't know why you're conflating the two.
No, it's for whoever fights. That's what you're not understanding, Habibi. If you fight, then you have to pay jizya after you're subdued. Then you're forced to pay jizya. or you can depend on
Habibi,
Islam.
if there is a nation nearby, if there is a nation next to you, and you want to conquer that land, you want to conquer that nation, you fight that nation, and then you take over. Are you gonna take jizya from them?
If they fight, then yes. But also, there are some scholars who say that jihad is last attempt, not the first. So
The what? The jizya is what? The jihad is what?
that jihad is for the purpose of defense. There are scholars who say that.
So you're not commanded to spread to the nation and fight the nations around you?
That would depend because we have the hadith which states that the kuffar there were two types of kuffar with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There were those who fought him and he fought them, and those who did not fight him and did not fight them. Fight him and did not fight them. So there's two different cases.
I didn't get an answer to my question. Are you commanded to fight the nearby nations to spread the ummah or to spread the word of Allah?
Not necessarily. No. Jihad could be for jihad, like I mentioned, according to Ibn al-Qayyim, states that it is for defense.
So there's no offensive jihad in Islam?
There may be, I've not gone into that, so I'm not going to say yes or no.
You
But
can't have this much knowledge. You can't show as if you have this much knowledge and then just say maybe there's offensive jihad, guys, and then know exactly what Ibn al-Qayyim says down to the detail.
Yeah.
Stop lying, bro.
I'm quoting Ibn Taymiyyah, bro.
There's jihad.
Ibn Taymiyyah, bro.
There's jihad. There's something called jihad al-talab, correct?
Maybe it could be.
Just say it, bro. Just say it. I'm not learning here, bro. I'm testing how much you're gonna lie. Like what? This is like me saying like, you know, Muhammad is a prophet in Islam, right? You're like, maybe. Like, this is just as true as, you know, you believe this to be just as true as Muhammad's prophethood. Even Muhammad said the second thing that's most important after prayer is jihad.
Yeah, you have jihad al-nafs, you have multiple times of jihad, but I'm quoting
Good.
to what the scholars say that jihad is for self-defense, according to some scholars who say that. Like Abu Hanifa, for example, says you don't fight a kafir just because he's simply a kafir.
Yeah.
What about Surah 9, 123? Like, يا أيها الذين آمنوا قاتلوا الذين يلونكم من الكفار.
You mean 9.5 or 9.20? Which one are you speaking about?
9, 123. Because you said if there's kuffar in a nation nearby, it's not necessarily gonna fight them. So there's no offensive jihad. There's maybe, I don't know.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like, why do you have to lie like that, dude?
I'm simply reading the books. If that's allowed to you, I'm reading the books.
You've never come across offensive jihad. You've never. How do you think Islam spread, my friend? Let's see if you know anything about history. How did Islam spread to the Christian countries in the Middle East?
By peace.
Oh, by
Ask him about his own country. Why don't you ask him about his own country?
Yeah, Tony, I'm literally Malsoor. My tribe is half Catholic, half Muslim. If we were forced to become Muslim, no Turk entered my land. We did not become Muslim like you guys by force in the south and wherever you're from.
When you say who are you referring to?
You guys got conquered by Turks. My village did not. Don't imply your history upon my village.
Okay, so during the Ottoman Empire, when they conquered us, you were free. So you had every right to be free, go out, be Christian and whatsoever, right? But we didn't have that right. That's what you're saying.
You had the right.
When the above side of Albania was conquered, Montenegro, all of those countries, right? The southern of Albania was conquered, but you guys, your village, it was alright. You could be whatever, right?
I'm from Kelmend, bro. You have Montenegro who's Orthodox. You have Serbia who's Orthodox. You have Greece who's Orthodox. You have Croatia who's Catholic. You have what else? You have Bulgaria. All of these countries who are either Orthodox or Catholic. All of them. Oh, you have Macedonia as well. All of these countries under the Ottoman Empire did not become Muslim, yet only Albanians converted. Do you know why? Because we willingly converted. We were not forced.
That's such a
That's
lie.
where you're lying.
That's
That's
such
where
a
you're
lie.
lying.
It's not.
That's the
I'm
biggest lie
literally
you said.
Mansoor. I'm
Yeah, I'm
literally
Mansoor as well.
Mansoor.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, so you know the stories. Like, why did the Mysore only have their own autonomous government? Because the Turkish couldn't get to us.
No, do you know why?
Yes.
They had deals, and we would work for them. In some cases, you would help people being transported. Because even my family, who's Muslims, I can name you my ancestor who beheaded the Pasha of Shkodër. And why? Because they wanted to annex our land, not because of religion.
It had a lot to
What are
do
you
with
talking
religion,
about?
bro.
What is
are
this
you
guy even talking about?
Yeah,
What is he even referring to?
you do know. Wallahi, yo, okay, if you want to unblock me, I could expose these to
I can't find. I tried to unblock you on this account. I have to go to my block list off of live because I can't find you on the block list here. Otherwise, I would have. I forgot to unblock
Listen,
you from.
brother, you can.
I don't know what this guy is talking about. My own grandma had to wear, it's not like a hijab, but it's like a headscarf because of Turkish influence and Turkish culture belittling anyone who wasn't like Muslim. And you're trying to talk like, I don't know, maybe it's because you're Muslim, you're trying to say like, yeah, like this doesn't exist because you didn't feel it or your family didn't feel it. But like my family has horror stories from those times.
Same
Like, what
here.
are you talking about?
Same here.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. Okay, so let's leave the Malsor part from your side. Let's come to my side, closer to Greece, right? Why do we have so many churches away from the city? What happened at the time? I'll tell you what happened in case you're not educated. So, just like the main point of this live, jizya, right? They would collect jizya. Whoever didn't want to pay, they would leave far to the mountains. Go to Voskopoi. Go outside of Kocha. Go see how many, not just churches, but even monasteries we have outside Kocha in Voskopoi. Above the mountains. You will see so many churches. I've seen them myself. And this is where we migrated to because you guys would unalive those people. And you probably would be one of them joining them, like a coward.
Right. So yeah. So let me ask you, who
And
is
you
the
guys,
most-
you guys were not brave enough to come. You guys were not brave enough to come up to the mountains.
I'm
and collect
literally
your
from
jizya.
the mountains, bro. My ancestor beheaded the Turkish Pasha. My family is recorded as giving help to not only the Shkiet, not only to the Orthodox Serbs, but also to the Turks. This is recorded in books. I can name you. Recep Dushai, Krahine, Plavagusis. I forget the dates, but that I just need a professor who writes books about my family, and that we are recorded giving help to the Turks. But now let me ask you, why were they working with the Turks? Why was the most Catholic
Nobody
tribe
was working with the Turks. Did you
So
see
who-
what
wait,
happened?
wait, wait.
Did you
So
see
who-
what happened at the entrance of Mirdita when they put the Muslim sign, the half moon? What happened when they put it recently? They destroyed that with the Muslim flag.
That's not a Muslim, that's a Turkish flag. It's not a Muslim flag. So look up right now. Who is Doda Pasha?
The half moon. It was there like a statue next to the cross. So the Mirditors, the people from Mirdita went there and literally broke it down. What are you talking about? He
Yeah,
cooperated with the Turks. I mean, the Muslims.
Okay, so you have a phone. Go look up right now. Bib Doda Pasha, Capitan of Mirdita. Go look it up. Right now, go look it up. And you will
What's your point, though?
The Capitan, the leader of Mirdita, worked with the Ottomans to destroy the Albanian rebels of Dervish Chara who were Muslims. So you have
How does that sound
Catholics.
to you? How does that sound? Does that even make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
This is recorded. Look it up. Look up Bid Doda Pasha. Not only that, Mirdita, they would pay the jizya and they worked for the Turks. They worked for the Turks more than any other tribe. You don't see your own history.
I don't. I have never read about that. I've never heard of
Because you
it.
don't
This is
see
the
history.
first time hearing about this. And
So
I
look
would
up.
say I've read a lot.
Okay, طيب. So look up the Albanian revolt of 1843 to 1844 from Dervish Chara, who is a Bektashi. These were Albanian Muslims, and you have the Ottomans working with Albanian Catholics because your idea of Catholics and Christians being persecuted by not only Ottomans but by Arabs is all false. I could show even K here, Christian books that say that the Copts did not convert immediately, but they converted 4 generations down, not by force. Even on Christian Coptic books, it says this.
No, it doesn't.
You want to take a small minority from a village in Albania that might have cooperated, or a few people cooperated, and take Albania as a whole. No, that's not how it happened, mate. That's literally not how it
So you
happened.
tell me, why are they still Catholic if they were not forced?
Why are they still Catholic?
Yeah, they're
They're still
100%
Catholic. George Castrioti was Orthodox, mate.
George Castrioti. Nëse George Castrioti nuk jom të fol për George Castriotin. Unë kom thonë, pse...
He's Catholic in Albania. Literally no one.
You said who's Catholic in Albania?
Literally, yeah. You have one
Mansour.
church in Tirana. You have one Catholic church in Tirana. All the rest are Orthodox.
Yeah, the Catholics have more history than you guys. I'm literally tribes. I have cousins, right? Who in my village, the same
As you said,
ancestors.
tribes.
They're Catholic
Let's
and
talk the
Muslim.
majority, not tribes.
Because in the
They're not
north,
even Muslim. Bektashian is not even Muslim. They eat pork, they drink alcohol, they have sex, they do everything.
no, that's not true. They're just Shia. They're just Sufis. That's all they are.
No, Bektashian is something completely different. Nothing to do with Muslims. They named it like that because they found it comfort in it to drink Iraqi or the alcohol that we produce a lot, to eat pork, right? And they call themselves Muslim Bektashian. They don't know nothing about dua. They don't know nothing about the prayers. They don't know nothing about the books or the Prophet. They just call themselves Muslims, and they say we are Bektashian. I think this came from Iran or something, right? They have no relations to Islam.
Yeah, so do you know any Bektashis? Because I have cousins who are Bektashi.
I have people from my village who they say we are Muslims, we are Bektashian, and meanwhile at the same time they smoke and they drink alcohol. Why
That's
they say
majority.
that?
That's majority of Muslims. That's majority of Muslims in
That's
Albania.
majority of Albanians.
Exactly. That's majority
That's
of Albania.
every Albanian who is not so much religious, right? This is what they say. Oh yeah, I'm Muslim. Oh, I'm Bektashian. And meantime, they do everything that you're forbidden to do in Islam. So tell me how they're
That's
Muslim.
so if I'm a Sunni right now and I go drink alcohol and I go eat pork, does that automatically mean I'm a kafir? No. They are sinning, yes, but they don't
You
believe
know
it's
that. You know that you're not meant to do that, though, right?
So do they. I literally
They don't.
Bro, they
don't.
literally do dua at
They don't
graves.
care.
They have a lot of bid'ah. That's all the religion is. Their religion is basically, it was the Janissaries, since you don't know history, clearly, both of you. It's sad for my people. But they became Bektashi because that was the religion of the Janissaries.
Because they found comfort in it, nothing to do with Islam. They didn't like Islam, but they found comfort in Bektashianivit.
Okay,
That's
wait,
what
wait,
they
wait.
call it.
Okay, so do you know who Lek Dukajini is? I'm sure you know who he
Yes,
is.
we know. Yeah, we know his book, right? What about it?
Yeah. So where is his family now? If the Ottomans were persecuting Christians, and we know that Lek Dukajini, his
That's
ancestors-
before Ottoman Empire. His
Okay,
book was before. That's on the 1400s.
That's when the Ottoman Empire was already established, already in Albania by the time Lek Dukajini was alive, bro.
They weren't in. They were there, but they
They
weren't
were
in.
in. They were in because Lek Dukajini worked with Skandar Bey.
Okay, so when did they come into Albania when Skanderbeg died? I mean, was unalive?
They were at both times. In 1460, he had the peace treaty with the Ottomans.
1463.
Yeah, 1463, he had the peace treaty. And also, go look up the arms of Skandar Bey. What
Okay,
is
but
written
what
on his
does that
sword.
have to do with anything? What
Because
does the book of
you're
Lekdugajini?
saying, because you're saying that
I don't know
Ottomans
what you're
persecuted
talking about.
Christians.
First of all, Mysore were never under Ottoman. They had
That's what I said, exactly. That's what I
they
said.
had
You're not.
autonomy. But that's
Exactly,
because
yes.
the Ottomans couldn't take the Mysore. It has nothing to do with, oh yeah, because they left them because they're Christian. What are you talking about?
That's not what I said. I said
That's
they
what you were
left-
saying.
No, Merdita.
You're saying, oh,
is-
how are they not Muslim then if they were forced converting? It had nothing to do with because the Ottomans left the Christians alone. It's because we were Mysore and we were in the Male and they couldn't get to us.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
what is Merdita?
This is what happened with
what's
most of the
Merdita?
population in Albania. They
What's-
all left to
what's
the
Merdita?
mountains.
So what is Merdita? What is Merdita?
Mirdit.
Yeah. What is Merdit? What is this tribe Merdita? What are they?
It's not a tribe, it's a city.
No, they're a tribe. They're a tribe. They go by a fis. They go by Capidon.
You want to call it a tribe if that makes sense to you? Cool, let's call it a tribe, whatever.
That's what they are. That's literally what
Yes,
they are.
they're Catholic. They do claim to be Catholic. Next.
Yeah, they are Catholic. So why
next.
are they still Catholic if the Ottomans held control over them and they had Capidons? Why are they still Catholic if they were forced converting everyone? You're not. Why is Greece still Orthodox? Why is Serbia still Orthodox? Why is Montenegro still Orthodox? Why do you have Orthodox in Serbia? I mean, in Bosnia. Why do you have
your point?
Orthodox in? Because your idea of forced conversions is wrong. That's my whole point.
You remember that we've been conquered by pretty much everyone. The Greeks, the Byzantines, the Romans.
Yes,
Everyone
that's why you're Orthodox. That's why you're Orthodox, because you're Greek. That's exactly
I'm
why.
not Greek.
Versus my ancestors,
Pagan.
I have one Catholic ancestor, and then all of them are pagans.
All of them are what?
Pagans. We did not have a faith.
They don't have a faith, but they're Catholic.
One ancestor became Catholic. One. Me'emrin John. John Edenika.
Okay,
Bless
so
you.
who cares about your ancestors? Let's go all the way back. Right? Since you want to talk about ancestors. What was the first religion introduced to Albania?
The first one that we had, or the first one that was introduced by foreigners?
By foreigners.
It would be Christianity. Or it would be Judaism, actually. Judaism.
Okay, who was it?
It was Jewish people migrating.
Do you have any record of that?
Yeah, you could look it up, bro. Look up
Which
Jewish
is?
people.
Which
The
is?
Jewish people live in Albania today.
Okay, which is the book?
Shafar,
What's
You
the
want-
book, bro?
about just look up Judaism in Albania, bro.
Dude, what's the book? You made a claim right now. Let's have the look on the book. I'll open the camera right now and find the book and let's show it to people. Let's see who introduced faith into Albania.
The first people introducing faith, like preaching, would be Christianity, but Jewish people is the first foreign religion there. And you even have ruins of the ancient synagogue in Sirand.
We don't have any Judaism whatsoever, nothing. No
Bro,
Albanian knows about that. And just like you refuse to show us a book right now,
do you know? I can't show my camera, bro. You don't understand. I can't show my camera.
bro, I'll pull up the book right now. Tell me which one it is.
Just look up history of Jews in Albania. Bro.
Oh my
Look it
days! I
up.
told you a reference. That could show up anything. I'm asking you for a reference. Let's have a look. What's the reference
Okay, so
of
then
this
go
claim you're
to,
making?
Okay, so then go to the Jewish Virtual Library and then go to Albania. Go to the Virtual Jewish World and then go to jewishvirtuallibrary.org and then press Albania. And it says Albania, a Balkan state on the eastern border of the Adriatic Sea in southern Europe, has had a Jewish presence since 70 CE.
When was that? 70
70 CE.
CE?
Yeah. But then you also have Christianity, which is preached by possibly Paul. That's not confirmed. He likely went to Croatia.
Okay, but neither do Jews or Christians in Albania try to replace Albanian culture. Muslims are actively replacing Albanian culture with Arabized Islamic doctrine.
Really? So who replaced
You
the
literally have girls. I'm in Shkodër. I go outside. You literally have girls in full veil that you've never seen in your life, and they've been Muslim like for 100 years. Where the hell did that come from?
Allahumma barik? It's amazing. We love that.
No, it's not amazing. You know how many freaking Kuwaitis just coming up in Albania, sheikhs and like these imams and just preaching their like Islamic Salafi stuff? Like, what are you talking about?
That's good. Freedom
That's
of
not
religion.
Albanian.
Freedom
You're
of religion.
you're
Neither
proving
is
her
Christianity.
point. You're
Neither
proving
is-
her point, bro.
About what?
It's replacing culture.
About Arabize, to the Arabization
No.
of Albania. We don't care whether you think
Wait,
filthy and absolute trash because it
Wait,
happened
Kate.
to my country too. Notice how every single country has an issue with Islam. No one's like, oh man, the Christians that came to our country were. No one says that. BS, bro. Everyone has an issue with Islam, and you think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. This
Yeah,
is why
and
it's impossible to have a conversation.
he's a great example actually, because on his other account he doesn't even spell his name as his Albanian name. He spells it in Arabic because he's trying to be like a wannabe Saudi. I don't know what he is,
My name is literally an Arab
but
name.
literally it's
Murad.
hilarious to me because like you'll literally see these people that try to like displace the culture. Like now they're trying to say speaking Albanian is bad. Like you have Mysore in Montenegro, for example, where Serbian is like the primary language. They'll be like, oh, don't speak Albanian because that's not the language of the land and we're Muslim now, so Albania has nothing to do with us. Like they
I
wanna
know what you're talking
replace.
about.
They
I know
wanna
what you're talking
replace.
about.
What do you mean? What I'm talking?
Yeah.
I'm literally Hotyane from Malsi,
Oh,
Malizi.
يا هوتيانة كوشاش شمولة. هيدا فول كوشاش شمولة.
Yeah, I have a Chunmula in my family. What about it?
كوشاش شمولة.
Ashti
Who is Chun-
Musliman.
Chunmula, the Bayraktar, the leader of the Houthi tribe, which is a Catholic tribe, was a Muslim. Wow.
Yeah, but they're just Muslim by name. They're not Muslim.
No,
they never even
were
read
Muslim.
scripture.
They were Muslim.
Like
Look up
he
Chunmula.
doesn't understand. Like 200 years ago, nobody freaking read scripture. They just followed like whoever came and said, "Oh yeah, people were Muslim because it was more beneficial to be Muslim in the Ottoman Empire. You had better positions in government and other places. It had nothing to do with, oh yeah, we actually believe in this shit."
Yeah, you know you didn't, right? Because my family, we were Muslim, and you can trace my ancestors who worked with people like Chunmula and other people who actually, he was a Muslim and he guarded the Christian tribes because in Albanian culture, you could have a Muslim and a Catholic in the same family. That's why in your
Yeah,
tribe...
and that's what I'm saying, that the Muslims from Arab countries are coming and dividing. Like, I don't know if any of you guys know this, like the ones who are not Albanian. Like, if you are an Albanian, religion never mattered. Like, you were, your nationality first, your ethnicity. We shared history to Kuwaitis and Saudis coming from, and Iraqi sheikhs coming from Kuwait, building mosques, converting Albanians. And even in Shkodër, they paying Albanians like poor Albanians. They'll pay Albanians like 300 euros a month or something, like these Muslims, to convert and learn about Islam.
Wow, what is this propaganda you guys have in Albania? This is
It's in Shkodër. I literally know these people. Like, what are you trying to say is propaganda? I'm literally living it.
Okay, so
and
why...
anyways, so what I wanted to say is like they're teaching Albanians like, oh yeah, forget about your culture, forget about your history. If you're Muslim, you have to be Muslim first and then Albanian. So if a Muslim in Pakistan is suffering from an Albanian Christian, you have to defend the Pakistani Muslim and forget about your Christian brother. Like, how are you defending that? Are you insane?
Wait, how am I defending somebody being oppressed by... I will condemn Albanians if they're doing wrong. I will condemn Muslims.
No, I didn't say they're oppressing. If a Pakistani Muslim is fighting your brother who's Albanian just because he's Christian, you're gonna defend the Pakistani who you have nothing in common with except for religion? Like, you guys are actually lost.
Yes,
I'm scared for you.
Yes, and do you know why? Because the Muslims of Pakistan, they welcome me as their brothers, while you have this guy, Tony.
No, they
This is what you're referring to, right?
You wouldn't even be allowed to marry their daughter. What are you talking smack?
This is what
they
you're
have their
referring to,
own
right?
shit.
Yeah, they would actually. Yeah,
This is what
No,
you're
they
referring
wouldn't.
to, right?
Yes, Tony. Yes.
Yeah. So it says may have, right? This is may have.
Yes.
So you will take this into consideration and you will say this is true. But earlier, when we addressed Paul, you said, well, we don't know that. Well, we don't know that. When this one clearly says may have first.
Because, do you know why?
So you're taking this into consideration, but you're not going to take Paul, which clearly says
what is
Illyricum.
Paul? Yeah, do you know how big Illyricum was? Illyricum is from Greece all the way to Croatia, almost bordering Slovenia. Yes, it was.
No.
Look it up.
Clearly
Look it up right now. Look up Illyricum during the time of Paul.
So is it?
It's not just like how you think Tirana to Shkodër. It's not like
Okay, so that means it can't be Albania.
He possibly went to Albania, but upon my research, he likely went into Croatia. Upon my research.
Okay, so they said Illyricum, which to this day we do believe that the Illyrians are the direct descendant of Albanians, right?
Oh, Torp bro.
You agree on this? You agree? Hold on. You agree on this? But he didn't go to Albania, right? He didn't go to Albania. He went to Croatia. But they said Illyricum. It says Illyricum on the Bible.
Bro, look up what Illyricum is. Illyricum is the Roman proctorate of
This guy won't take nothing as an answer, bro.
Just look it up, bro, because look, I'm reading it right now. What it was, a governor resident at Salona administering coastal and Danubian territories across what are now Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Hungary, Kosovo, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia. Like I said.
So Albania is in there, correct?
Albania is there, but...
Okay, so that's enough. I don't want to hear anything else. Albania is there, Croatia is there.
Wait, so if I say you went to the Balkans in general, does that immediately mean that you went to Albania, or does that
Well,
mean
if
you
he,
went
he
to
said
any
that he
country?
preached the gospel all around the Balkans, that means, that's what it says in the Bible. If he says that he preached the Bible all around the Balkans, that will take into consideration every country of the Balkan. Is that right?
I don't know if he says all throughout.
Yeah. Now you don't know. Yes, now
I
you don't know.
Yeah, do I know the verse off the top of my head? I don't know if he says all
Well, I'm
throughout.
telling you the verse. It says all around the lyrical.
I'll even grant you that. The thing is, we have.
Thank you.
pagan
Finally,
temples.
you're granting me something.
Yeah, I'll grant you it. Because guess what? Even if he did, Islam, one arrived before the Ottomans. But that's besides the point. Not only that, if I grant you it, we still have pagan temples that the Christians wiped out and made as churches. And this is after Paul. This is after the Romans. This is after the Romans started converting people to Christianity, because that's how Christianity spread in Albania. Not by will, by force.
By force. Oh, right. So do we have any record of that?
What was the main religion? The Roman persecution of the pagans, yeah.
That's not record. That's not justification for it being by force.
Wait, so if
Not
they
at all.
persecute pagans, that's not a justification?
Well, that's why he's asking for the source of everything you're saying, because it could just be that paganism died down and we took the churches. As a matter of fact, that's what happened in the Roman Empire. Even in Italy, you have the Pantheon. That it just the pagans died down, and 200 years the Pantheon, the main temple, the main pagan temple there, was left vacant, and eventually I can't remember who gave it to who, and the church took it, and they made it a church, and it's a church today. So, yeah.
At least he granted the Bible verse. That's something, right? But I don't know how can someone
Okay, so
go
look
all
up
around the place but
Roman-
not go to
okay,
that
yeah.
specific place?
Yeah, so look up Roman persecution of the pagans in late Rome. So this is in the 300s. Like I said, when
We're talking about Albania, bro. We're talking about
Oh,
Albania.
Yeah, Albania was under the Roman Empire. So, like I mentioned, we have pagan temples, which are in Greece, for example. We have the Albanian documentaries on this. So you go there, you see Albanian artifacts that are pagan that later became Christian, because the Christians later made it pagan. Just like there's a big place there where Christians go. I'm forgetting the exact name, but it has.
Let me get this right. So there was pagan temples. The Christians, different faith, they went into those temples and they made them what? They made them
Into a church. Into a church.
They made them a church.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your point here?
That they forcefully made our pagan religion, which I would argue is more, if you want to go by the culture standard, paganism is the Albanian culture, not Christianity.
But you said it was Roman persecution.
Yeah, who do you think made it? Who do you think controlled Rome? In fact,
Albanians?
Yes, even Albanians were in the Roman Empire, bro. The Albanians.
Wait, what's the point you're trying to make? You're trying to make that You're trying to make the point that Christianity forced converted pagans and destroyed churches and all these things.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's not true.
That's not
Okay,
true. That
so
was a
look-
political. That was Constantine himself, if that's the case.
Yeah. So
You just said Albanians were the Roman Empire, by the way.
of course they were in the Roman Empire.
You're one of them one that thinks everyone is Albanian, right?
No, but they were in the Roman Empire. You have
That I agree, yes. They were in it, but it wasn't them that, had the
Okay,
first.
so look up St. Anthony's Church, Kisha El Larche, right? Where you Christians
Larche,
you like to
of
go on
course.
you like to go on a pilgrimage, yeah? You like to make your little hajj there. Let's read it. History. The site of the church was
Hey,
first
don't
built.
make fun of us, weirdo.
Wait, I said you guys do your hajj. It's a pilgrimage. What is it? How is that making fun of you guys?
No, you were laughing. You're like smirking. You're, like,
I mean, I'm laughing because
hysterical.
no, I'm laughing because
Yeah, be
you guys
respectful,
don't-
Murad. Be respectful, bro.
I'm always respectful.
No,
bro.
he
Oh,
likes
disrespectful.
Pakistanis more than us now. Because he all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Okay, he's not
because
Albanian. He's not Albanian. Anyways, go ahead, Murad.
yeah, no, I'm the most Albanian person here. I could trace my ancestors back to the Kalmedi tribe, and I'm the
All
most
right, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
With that name, you're Albanian, yes. With that
Your
name, you're
ancestors
Albanian.
are ashamed.
Because we're
With his,
Muslim. Bro.
with his Arab name, he's Albanian.
He says,
His own son is not gonna know anything about his history because he doesn't even have his name.
he comes with these arguments that Albania was a pagan and Albanians
Okay,
were no Christian. There were no. We have bishops from Durrës. 98. Can you see this? Shen Asti.
Yeah,
You talk about paganism. You talk about Catholics. I don't know what you're referring to.
okay, so
Let's
now,
go. That's one of the 5 we have from the old time.
I'm not denying that you have some Christians who converted. Nobody's denying that you have Christians in Arabia too. Nobody is denying this because obviously you're gonna have Christians before Islam. That's pretty clear. But I'm saying, go to Saint Kisha Lajcit, right? The Saint Anthony's Church in Lajc, Albania, where even Roman Catholic and Orthodox go. Let's read it. It says on the history, the site of the church was first built around the year 1300 and dedicated to Saint Mary, and then renamed after Anthony of Padua in 1557. It was built on a place previously held sacred by pagan sun worshippers. So
Okay.
all of your churches are built upon pagan places. This is just one instance of that. Our
Okay, but
Jamia-
those places were abandoned. It's not like they were like,
That's
oh,
exactly
we
what
came
I'm saying.
over
Can you
and like
prove that they were taken over. Like,
yeah, we
Yeah,
have
like-
the-
I just
yeah,
gave
we
you.
have-
I just gave you example of the largest pagan temple in Rome, the Pantheon, which is still up until to this day, built 2,000 years ago. It was left abandoned for 200 years, and it was never destroyed. So the church, excuse me, it was given to the church after being abandoned for a long time, and the church turned it into the Roman Catholic Church turned it into a church,
yeah,
and it was
you-
worshipped in for a long time. So. What?
Yeah, do you know why? Because of Roman pagan persecution in the late Roman Empire. When Constantine became
We
Christian,
just said that they're abandoned, and you keep going over and
yeah,
over again.
they were
saying that
abandoned
the
for 200 years because of the persecution, which it says from 1313, with the exception of the brief reign of Julian, non-Christians were subject to a variety of hostile and discriminatory imperial laws aimed at suppressing sacrifice
Good
and magic.
imperial laws,
Yeah.
not divine laws, not scriptural laws, not scriptural commands.
I mean, the church fathers say that, but if you want to go into that, church fathers say you can force
No, this
people to
is
convert.
this was due to the emperor. Constantine became a Christian. Okay, he turned the empire Christian. Christianity became legal. He was still acting as emperor. If he was acting according to scripture down to the T, nothing would have happened. We would have lived side by side because this never happened for 300 years.
Yeah, Murad, what do you consider
because
to
Christians
be
have
like?
no
No,
power.
wait. What do you consider to be persecution? Like, when you're saying persecution, you mean like in a violent way, in a forceful way? Like, how were they persecuted? The pagans.
it was very violent. The majority of these laws were local, though some were thought to be valid across the whole empire, with some threatening the death penalty, but not resulting in action. None seem to have been effectively applied worldwide, empire-wide. But then it also goes into, despite official threats, sporadic mob violence and confiscations of temple treasures, paganism remained widespread until Theodosius' anti-pagan policies and their penalties increased. And then it goes on about how non-Christians became a...
No, this
Roman
actually, I searched it up just now. I don't really know much about this, but I did just do a quick search, and the first thing that it said was it was not shut down by mobs, not destroyed or sieged. Actually, it was a lot slower and more boring. Apparently, it was because late 4th century, the state support for paganism was withdrawn, so there was less funding for priests. They lost their salaries and their